All right, folks, what's going on? Now, this is just going to be a video on how to rebuild your 70 through 74 Cuda Challenger heater box. This is only for if you don't have heat, not an AC unit. AC unit is bigger and has a lot more moving parts and gasket. So stuff you're going to need is quick color. This is like a glossy black. I know it's not right, but I'm not going for no concourse. But anyways, and I would recommend getting one of these little handle spray. It makes spraying stuff so much easier, and it keeps you a even pattern, color pattern when you spray, or should I say even spray pattern. And then the instruction, it says get some 3M high strength adhesive. Basically that is what you use when you put the foam on these metal plates, because you know it gets hot up in these boxes. So you're also going to need a, sorry for the pause, a 5/16. Basically the 5/16 is these little screws. That's what bolts this firebox, well, where the blower motor goes into the firebox. That's where these go. I think you get about 6 or 7 of those. You're also going to need about a 10, because you got to get these 3 bolts. This is what basically holds the unit to the firewall. So you're going to need about a 10 or 11 socket for that. And you're going to also need some pliers, because the way this thing works here, do a quick demonstration. Hold on, let me set it up. All right, so back to the demonstration. So basically, once you get the box up and you take the back panel off, you're gonna basically need to get this off. You're gonna have to pry this off. The first thing you have to do is get the pliers or channel lock and squeeze this. I guess you say, like, you know, the little hose clamps that they use on the older radiators hose. You know, you just squeeze these 3 together and it releases. Once you get this off, this little clamp, now you got to pry this sucker off. Now this can be a little pain because it's on there pretty tight, but it's doable. What you might want to do is get like a flat and pry the sides up while you're pulling up, so you can pull it off. And then that's where you're, after you do that, this is where the 3A socket comes. So you got to take these bolts off and remove the motor. Here's my old motor right here. And you're going to remove the old motor. I just bought a new motor. When you buy these, I got this at AutoZone for, I think, what I paid, 30 bucks, I think, for a new motor. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I paid 30 bucks at AutoZone for a new motor. And most of the cars I see use about the same motors too. Mustangs, Cudas, Challengers, they all about use the same dang box. So yeah, it's a universal motor. Now, if your blade is in good condition, you can reuse this. I wasn't too certain, so I ordered a new one. But then people say, yeah, if it's in good condition, there's no cracks or anything, you could reuse it. So I just basically wasted 10 bucks on a new one. But all right, live and you learn. So after you basically got everything assembled like this, I would wash it, which I already did. I washed it out, cleaned it. Then I also painted it. I painted it, and what I did was I masked off the factory marking, as you can see, because I thought it was cool and I wanted to preserve that. So I masked it off and just painted like the quick color black, 99 cents at Home Depot. Came out pretty nice. And also you're going to need a rebuilding kit. I got this from Detroit Muscle Car. And it comes with everything needed. So in the next segment of this video, I'm basically going to label out where every piece of foam goes in the kit. And that's how I'm going to do it. So more to come. Okay, so here is my Detroit Muscle Car Technology kit. It's a basic rebuild kit. C70 E-body heater box. It does tell you where everything goes. Pretty good instruction detail of like where each foam thing goes, as you can see. Just showing you. Then it also has a recommendation of what you do. So here goes all the foams stuff you get. I already took some out, but this is the foam stuff. This is the stuff that goes to the flaps of those metal pieces that I'm showing you. I'm gonna basically put it all together so you can see and make it easier for you to understand where everything goes. More foam stuff. So as you can see, I have everything out here. Now I'm gonna put everything where it needs to go. So you're basically gonna want to unscrew this little thing right here. A flap, basically to close the door, which I did. I just unscrewed it with the should be a 5/16. Once you unscrew it, you get this little, I guess, holder out. And that's it. Another tip you want to also do when you're rebuilding it is just take pictures of the stuff so you know where everything goes, like the flops and all that good stuff. So like how I did that, I took that out. Now I'm gonna start placing stuff on the gasket. Hold on. All right, so I'm back. Excuse me. Now I'm back. So I basically cleaned the stuff up and I painted it, as you can see right here. So now I'm gonna label out all the gaskets. So okay, so this gasket is gonna basically go onto your blower motor. So you're gonna pop that sucker on. It goes on the part where the shaft is. See the shaft in the middle? So you're gonna put that gasket right on the two little studs. If I could get it, god damn. Bam, just like that. So, and one thing about the new motor compared to the old one, I don't have the old motor, but basically on the new motor, the wire harness comes out at the top. On the older motor, it came down here. Now, the reason why it came down here was, see this little crescent U shape is basically when you put the blower motor in, the wire will come out here, the little wire loom. So I'm still going to use that, but just a little thing right there. I just want to discuss right there, disclosure that the new motor you're going to have, if you go to a regular parts store, the wiring is going to be up top compared to the original one's going to be down here. And the reason why is because that indentation sure goes there. So that also helps know which way you want to basically put your motor, because you're going to know which way the wire is going to go and feed in. So just a little quick tip right there. Now I'm going to put the other stuff on. Well, you see I got the foam part on this one. This is the part that goes on the driver's side, the fresh vent. So this foam goes here. You got to make sure that, see, I has 3 little holes. You got to make sure all 3 holes go at, well, the foam aligns with all 3 holes on the driver's side fresh vent. All right. Now on this is the one that the blower motor basically goes into. So you kind of got 2 options how you want to install this, but I'm still going to try to copy the factory. Like I said, the factory had the wiring going here. So what I'm going to do is put the blower motor on first. Reason being, don't forget to have your gasket on it, and have the wiring going that way. You'll see why I'm doing it this way. Hold on, I'm going to use both hands. Hold on. All right, cool. My damn part just came right in the clutch. Cool. So now I could actually get this damn thing done and installed. All right. A little sidetrack right there. My advanced auto parts came. Okay, back to the motor. Now, what I went ahead and did, I'm going to bolt the 2 bolts on that holds the motor together. Reason being, it's kind of a pain to do it while it's not bolted, so you have something to hold it. So, you see, I got the motor on. Now, this gasket is going to go over the motor. And like I said, the reason why I did it this way, so I could basically hide the gasket into the little slot right here. So I could basically have the wires like this and have the gasket over it to basically hold it down. That's the whole point why I put the motor in first, then the gasket. All right, hold on. All right, so as you can see, I went and used my original wheel because the one that came from Advanced Auto Parts is way too big. So I said my old wheel was good. I went ahead and reused it. And as you can see, I got the clamp that holds the wheel even tighter on in there. You know, you just get some pliers, channel locks, and squeeze it down and tap it down a little bit if you need to. So I already assembled the blower motor part, and see I got the wires hidden right there. I might put a zip tie. So we're finished basically with this. I got all the hardware to bolt it to the back of this right here. So now I got to put the gaskets on where places goes and show you which ones go where, and then start gluing it. And that's why you want this high strength 3M, because it's good adhesive and it could withstand heat, because you know it gets real hot in this box. So that's why it's recommended in instruction to use this, due to this being a very item that gets very hot, especially in the winter time when you're blowing the heat. All right, so let me get on to the gluing and bring you back once I'm done with that. All right, folks, so I put on the gasket right here. This is the one that's that foldable that basically is for the driver's side to blow the heat on the, basically the down. It blows the heats down. Basically what you do, you just put the clips on where they go, and then when you do that, you just make a bend. There's gonna be already like a pre-manufactured bend part. So you go ahead, bend it there, and boom. It's gonna line up perfectly. You put your clips on the bottom, and boom, that's where that goes. Now, for the other piece, the two flat piece, that goes into this one, and that onto this plate, and the plate goes into here. This is where this plate goes into, right here. So this foam, which is gonna be on the paper, is gonna be, basically it's gonna say floor heat defroster. That's basically this. That's a two-side, it goes on both sides. And it kind of is bigger. They make it intentional, as they say on the paper, is to basically overlap foam edges together or something, it says. So you're supposed to basically glue it all together. So it's one, basically it's gonna be like a sandwich covered up like that. That's how they want it. That's what it says in the instruction right here, overlap it. So then this piece goes on the flaps. Now, it doesn't go on, I think, one flap. See how we got this little indentation? So one flap goes here, and one flap goes here. And that is this one. This is gonna be right here. The fresh air door foam, right here where my finger's at. That's gonna be this piece of foam. Next is this foam. It goes onto the piece. Can't remember exactly where this one goes in again, but I'll figure it out. But basically the foam on this one is the one that's basically a double. See how this little small one? This means this side goes to here. This little part that's riveted in. So the one with the cutout in the middle of it goes onto the indentation, and then the flat surface one goes on the back. And also you gotta put the two foams on it too. Hold on, let me show you the foam I'm talking about. Hold on. Right here, these two foam pieces. So one goes here, and then one goes on this end. If I get it over, but you get my point. One goes on this end. You get my drift. But yeah, now I'm just gonna go and glue this stuff on so I could get it on there permanently. Once I get it glued on, I'll show you the end results. Hold on. All right, so I got everything where it's supposed to be. Got the gasket on the driver's side, fresh intake. I got the gasket on this side, both sides you can see. Got the two little, I guess, I don't know, sealer holder, what you want to call that. I'm not too sure what you call that white gasket seal. I got the double side of the flap on, but I had to take this part off to get my hand in access to basically tighten that up. Then this seal I got on, and then these two goes to basically your heater core right up here. Once you put it on and slide through the firewall, you're gonna put these on. But yeah, now I gotta put this cork on. Basically, there's specific areas that this goes, and I'm gonna show you where it goes on the instruction. I'm gonna show you where I found it goes. So more to come. We're almost done. So basically, this goes into these little grooves. You see these little indentations? That's basically where it goes in. Damn, I didn't clean this one out. I gotta clean this out. But yeah, it goes, one goes here, another one goes here, and then one goes here. I gotta clean this out because it still got some in it. But basically, that's where this goes. And it's supposed to make like a stronger seal around. Basically, when you close everything, it's supposed to seal all the heat inside. That's the whole purpose of this. It's just basically liquid gasket sealer, or should I say. But all right, once I put together, you'll see. More to come. Hold on. So, bam. I got it in. So now I'm going to start assembling everything. Once I have everything assembled, you'll see the end result. Oh yeah, one more thing. As you can see, I had to freaking modify the heater core to make it work, because it wasn't like the original. So basically I had to cut off some, well, grind it down, cut this end off, take this tab off, so basically I can maneuver it back and forth. But yeah, if you're buying one from like Advanced AutoZone, you're gonna have to modify your heater core to make it work. Just a little disclaimer. All right, I forgot that you've got to install this little blockage thing. Once you put that in, that's when you can put your heater core. Almost forgot. Well, I did forget, but I almost did forget that. You gotta put that in, and that basically sits flush, and this goes like this, basically up and down to let out the heat, keep the heat in. So that's its function. All right, let me assemble this thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna install the heater core box. Now it is possible to do it by yourself. You see I got a box on the bottom of the heater core to basically hold it up. So it is possible to do it by yourself, even though if you did have a buddy or friend, it would make it a lot easier. But since I'm here doing it by myself, this is what I gotta come up with. So now, once you have it up with like a box, you can see it's the three studs are in, but the heater core hose. So I'm gonna have to basically wiggle and play around with the heater core hose to get it through the hole. So I'm probably have to get a flat. But before I even do all that, I'm going to start a nut on it. Reason being, so if it does fall, it ain't gonna fall out of place. So now I can maneuver it with my flat to get the two hoses in by myself. So hold on. All right, so I'm basically done. The only thing left for me to do is I got to find a nut to bolt my defroster up. I lost it, but I'm just probably gonna go to the hardware store and do it. And the next thing, oops, and I also installed the driver's side air vent. But the only thing also wrong with this side is I lost the bolt for this. So I gotta go find one for this too, the stud thing. But overall, I'm basically done with the install. Just gotta hook the cables up, wire up the heater motor, and we're done. And that's how you basically rebuild a heater core for a 70 through 74 Cuda. Hopes this helped you. I try to get as detailed as possible. And yeah, more to come. Project Phantom. Peace!